let's
Utterly disappointed. Some of these teams utterly disappointed.
all right, let's talk NFL power rankings. As we always do, it's only the top 10 here on the show. If you want to get the full list, let's go talk over on Twitter. 10 on down. I don't know who went first last week. I don't think it matters. Who's your number 10?
Number 10. Finally cracked the top 10. Cincinnati.
Whoa. Okay.
I had him at 14 last week.
Okay. Yeah. So I had him a bit lower.
I climbed. I know, and that's why I'm gonna just say this is where they were.
Yeah.
So to make a little more sense.
Just for context, I have them down at 15. Because I had them at 20 last week. So
freaking number one in AFC, and they're at 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, yeah. That's what happened.
They jumped up 5 spots.
No.
So.
I know you got them back so far.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
They had to climb. They had to.
I'm
climb.
gonna jump them up 15 spots. You're like, oh my god, who did they beat?
I know. No, mine
82
is
to 3.
Mine is a team that was on bye week. LA Chargers, leaving them at 10. Still 4-2. Held serve. Kept them at 10.
Got it. I have them at 9. So
gotcha. All right. Well, I have a team. My new first time they've cracked into the top 10. Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay. That is yeah.
I had them at 12 last week. I know. Because this is something that we talked about last week. Because when I saw your list, I did bring that up to you last week. I did feel like you had Vegas a bit low. So that's neither here nor there. I think they played a really good game. Again, I didn't watch it, but they got a solid win. But there were some definitely big losses that knocked. I mean, obviously, I don't have Kansas City in the top 10. I'm just going to let people know that right now.
I don't either.
Yeah,
not
so
even close. They wasn't even. I don't think I had them in the top 10 last week.
I think you had them at 10 last week, but
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize, and I kept the Chargers at 9. They were on bye, so I didn't move them at all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
All right. My number 8 is the Tennessee Titans. 5-2, moved them up a spot. Let me preface this. I didn't move teams that were on a bye last week.
I did and I didn't. It just depended.
Yeah.
I didn't penalize them necessarily, but the point being is it depended on who won, how they won, and if you just didn't have a game, unfortunately, you might have got moved a spot or two, but it's not really like you're dropping. It's just you didn't play.
Yeah. Well, I didn't move anybody that had a bye week, so Dallas and Buffalo are still at their spots, and we'll get to those in a second. But I couldn't move Tennessee higher based off of, like, I'm not going to knock down Buffalo because they didn't play. So
got it. And I know we're going to be shuffling the same teams, and so you can just segue off of my what I'm saying and vice versa. So at 8, I have Dallas.
Okay. Well,
and that was another bye team, and like them, and I mean last week I had them at 7. Someone moved into the top 10. It just kind of shuffled everybody. Like the bye teams, they just got moved down by like a spot or two based on, again, they just didn't play. It has nothing to do with their dropping or anything like that. They're still top 10 teams. Dallas and the Chargers just are that team. So
yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, so they stay there. I have Dallas a bit higher, so I'll get to them in a second. 7. I've got at 8. Mine was Tennessee.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. My number 7 is the Baltimore Ravens, dropping down 3 spots for me. I had them at, I guess, 4. So they fall 3 spots after that loss.
Embarrassing. They had no
that fourth quarter, you cannot play like that and expect to stay in the top 5 for me, for sure. Okay. I did think that their first 3 quarters definitely were good. Yeah. But that final quarter, that was no good, no go. Cincinnati still, though, like I said, I had to move them up as much as I possibly could. They had the biggest jump up of any team for me, which was 5 spots. Like I had them at 20. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. At number 7, I have Tennessee.
Okay, that works.
At that point, Tennessee moved up 1 spot. I'm sorry. I mean, this may be the most consistent top 10 we've had for the last couple of weeks because usually it's been just like a shuffle, you know.
Yeah, no, my top 10 is my top 5 is definitely very
right.
solid.
It's not. It ain't changed much, you know.
Yeah.
And so, and which is what it should be doing around this time of year.
You should start figuring out who's going to be at the top. And
I'm like, good Lord, I'm tired of going from 20 to 13, and you know, and from 7 all the way back down to 16. You know,
it's that 8 to about 14 range that's going to fluctuate the most going into the second half of the season.
Yeah, right. And, you know, because this first 7 weeks was oh my God,
it's insane.
Like,
no consistency from week to week.
You can't put these lists together. Like, dude, who are you picking? I'm like, dude,
I'm trying. I'm thinking.
You know, like I'm just going according to how the league is going.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you got at 6.
So at 6, Baltimore. This was my number 1 team last year.
Oh yeah,
I dropped them down. There's like no way out of a performance out of that like that you cannot be in my top 5.
Yeah,
I just that was just as a point of reference. Boom, 6. You're done. You know, it's just I'm not gonna drop you way out. I'm not going to LA Rams you or LA or do the LA Chargers to you and drop you 9 spots.
Yeah,
and I'm done doing that. But yeah, oh no, you don't. You there's not one. Oh well, I'm moving to 4. No, out of here. 6 and gotcha. You know, and with a question mark. I don't know if they're rising or dropping at this point because I don't know what it just. I'm curious to see how they respond this week.
Yeah, I'm not even out on Baltimore. I honestly think Cincinnati's that good. I really do think based off of everything that I've seen. Because
it's just one of those, you know.
To me, that game was much more of a statement from Joe Burrow than it was for anything on the Baltimore side. To me.
Oh, and that's true. But there's something I did not say about that game as to why I'm looking at it closer. And I'm watching, we could talk about the heroics of Lamar Jackson, but it's really what he's doing. He has put a huge gauze pad on that run game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be the leading rusher and receiver and you call yourselves being completely and absolutely just, successful. Dude, you got to stay in your lane. I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, but you got all these freaking running backs, whether they're your number 1, number 2,
number 7.
You got them all over here. These dudes, this is what they get paid to do. Period.
Yeah, I agree. I get you.
And to see that when I watched they rush totals in that game, I can see how y'all lost now because they was just like, okay, Lamar Jackson, beat us.
Yeah,
all by yourself, literally, because you have basically isolated and isolated yourself and fragmented the offense based on game script, and you played right into their hands. You know, brilliant game, Cincinnati. That was a brilliant defensive stand. I mean, look, you can't stop Lamar Jackson. Great, we can stop everybody else.
Yeah,
and that's what they
get
did.
you.
So anyway, they're my number
6.
They're my number 16.
I got Buffalo staying pat at 6. They dropped 5 spots last week after their loss, to Tennessee. So I kept them there. Buffalo 6. I also have kept Dallas at 5. Based off of they were just on a bye. I didn't feel like. I know you had Baltimore way up there at number 1, so you had to drop them a bit. But I think the way Dallas played going into their bye week, they shouldn't have been moved. They get to stay where they were. I left them at 5. Well, who do you have at 5?
I had 5. Green Bay.
I thought so.
Well, it was 6 last week, and I mean, it was really the Baltimore thing. So It was just by default. I don't know. Green Bay just lingering around here around 6 to 7 and 8. I was like, I didn't want to put them there, but I mean, hell.
Well, you didn't want to put them at 5. By default, I had to put them at 4.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't either.
Who do you have it for?
Buffalo.
All right.
I was on a bye. They were on 5. Like I said, the bye just kind of dictated around what's going on around you. It's almost like a tie.
Yeah.
So that's the way I treat it. So it's not a knock. It's not a plus. You didn't get a loss, but you didn't get a win either. So, so they move up to 4 on my power rankings here.
My top 3 stays the exact same. So I at 3 have the LA Rams 6-1.
Chalk.
All right.
Because I did not have them there. They were at 4 last week.
Yep.
As you can see.
Slowly but surely. At number 2, Tampa Bay, 6-1.
Interesting. I have Arizona. You cannot springboard past the team. They only lost to the Rams.
I'm not saying
it sounds
anything.
ridiculous. It could be either way, but it's based. I'm saying this again for the second week in a row. I just can't necessarily just springboard somebody and penalize somebody for winning.
That's right.
And I mean, granted,
I didn't penalize them either.
No. I'm saying it would have been for me to springboard Arizona ahead of them would have been to penalize them. As much as I want to do it, it's just like I can't go against my own rule here. So
yes, you can.
It's inconsistent. It is inconsistent. No, inconsistent.
All it is to me, because I think you have that rule. My rule is if there are 2 wins in the week and one was already lower than the other. It's really based off of who had the more impressive win. Who gets that higher spot? Was that win more impressive? Have their wins overall been more impressive for the last couple of weeks compared to that?
Where Tampa Bay started and where Arizona started when we started this, I can't ignore that. And I'm like, okay, you don't get to just springboard pair everybody because of record, and I get that. And I hear
playing better than anybody in the league.
Tampa didn't look bad last night. I mean,
going against Chicago.
It doesn't matter. I mean, but Chicago is they're 19 on my list. They're not 29. I'm like, they play like they were 29. They look horrible. So
granted, literally, we're talking about 1 and 2 here. That it's semantics. I have Arizona at 1. He has Tampa Bay at 1.
It's complete semantics. It just makes it interesting as to I have to keep justifying why I don't springboard teams above as much as I be wanting to.
You really want to put them there too.
Oh my God, I've been wanting to. I'm like, okay, out of respect.
You're just waiting for Tampa to lose.
I'm waiting for Tampa. Baltimore did it to themselves. They're gone. So they just moved up and up. And as you can see, they just climbing. Them and the Rams just climbing slowly. The Rams was up there. And look at it. The Rams are all the way back to 3 in 3 weeks. Just like that. And I dropped them all them spots.
I moved the Rams. No, it did take 3. No, it took 2 weeks for me. I left them down 1 week 6. Then week 7, I put them back at 3.
Okay, so in conclusion, I have Tampa Bay at number 1. Back where I started in week 1.
Never thought you'd be there.
And let's just see how this goes. All I'm saying, people, y'all might want to put y'all money this week. Just saying. They're at New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. You got $50. You got $20.
Well, I'm happy. I'm actually happy you left Tampa Bay at 1 because I have Arizona at 1, and I definitely need Arizona to win this game on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, generally speaking, we have for the last 3 weeks in a row, whoever I had at number 1 loses the following week.
Yeah,
it is 3 for 3. So Tampa Bay is now that team again. Just throwing it out there. So Tom Brady, make me a profit.
Please. All righty then.